what happens? All right. Good morning. Now I say good morning. All right. Enough of that. Cool. Head on over to our stream manager, page unresponsive. That's fun. Here, we'll do this one more time. And we will go stream summary and manager. All right, we're live. So we have a little bacon and legs for breakfast today. Should be, what does the Crimson Chin say? As long as there is one smoldering ember on the barbecue of life, you can always whip up a mighty steak of justice. Right? That's a throwback shout out to our friends, the Crimson Chin and Fairly Odd Parents. 90s kids will get that one. So, alrighty, let's get this moved over. We'll get some band work going because we have some belt squats, some leg curls, some leg extensions, and some deadlifts. So pretty standard leg day for today. Switch to this one. And yeah, we're gonna start getting after it. I wanna make sure our audio is synced up, so hold please. Okay, we're synced up. So I think we are good finally. After a few iterations of having not good audio, I think we are good. Officially. Thank God. Because that was miserable. Almost as miserable as being a Jets fan. So we have, we'll adjust this down. But we have our good old-fashioned green band set up. And we'll just do some little ankle mobility. Oh, get this going. Ooh. Oh, the green band matches my green shirt. How about that? How about that? But as someone part of the long femur club, so I don't absolutely just collapse over while doing belt squats, I have to do a fair amount of ankle mobility work. Got to keep these, I don't know, nice and limber. So work on our ankle dorsiflexion, which is taking our toes and being able to bring them, you know, back towards my knees. So we do a little bit of band work on each side. Again, just to keep these ankles somewhat mobile. I'm actually going to tuck this shirt in because it's pretty thin and kind of flops around in the wind. Not that it's windy, but you guys get it. There we go. Ugh. Okay. There we go. Little wardrobe update before we get all this started. Okay. And so, again, a little more ankle mobility on the right side, kind of oscillating my knee over my pinky toe and over my big toe, straight forward. Just trying to get a little movement here with some accommodating resistance behind us while we get these ankles warmed up. Okay, so a couple minutes there. Oy. All right. Putting in a little bit of work. Don't hate it. And I'm just pulling up our spreadsheet from last week. That's right. I don't have an easy way to do back extensions in a way that I like, so I'll do more of a like a dumbbell deadlift, I'm thinking. Oh, skirt! What's going on, man? How are you? Happy Tuesday, isn't it? Bruv. How are you doing, man? Get this out of the way for you. I'm good. I'm good, all things considered. Pretty nice morning. We're having some audio issues that I think have since been resolved. And, you know, we got legs on deck. So, don't know if it can get much better than that. But, because what, your day is nearly finished, right? How was your Tuesday? What do you got going on? Oh, we slip into our knee sleeves, crack some of these toes, and we'll get our Olympic lifting shoes so we can start warming up on these belt squats, which are pretty much a staple in our training. I do some sort of squatting movement just about every time I train, which may or may not be the most optimal, but you know, we work with what we got, equipment-wise. There we go. And we'll get our little shoesies on. Oh, it's only 2. Okay. So what, that's almost 7 a.m. here, so what, a 7-hour time difference? That's not too bad. For some reason I thought it was much greater than just 7 hours. I was thinking it was like 10 or something. I don't know. I'm not I don't have a sundial to keep track of time. Alrighty. So we did some pretty quick ankle mobility work. We did some leg swings. Honestly, this was like the most half-assed warm-up before we get into some leg training, but I mean, we'll warm up for the lifts we're training by doing the lifts for a couple sets. So I always keep this little towel just to wipe off the foot plate. It is textured, so there's a little bit of grippies, but not much. Ugh. Cheap viewers at streamboo.com. Oh, sorry, dude, you got to get banned. Well, you had a good run. See you later. For us, it's 6:45 in the morning, so quite early. I need to set up a, what's it called? Some sort of command or bot thing to ban whenever people are like, oh, get cheap viewers for free. Ooh. You know, like all those, whoa, what's going on with our autofocus? Whoa, there we go. That should be better. We can do a punch in just a bit. There we go. So we have 3 sets, 8 to 10 with, we'll warm up to 185 for these belt squats. And then we will just kind of take it from there. See what else we can get into. So we have 90 pounds on, and we'll just keep adding weight and adding weight and adding weight until we get to our working set. So since this is the primary compound movement for today, really, especially for our quads, as you know, part of the long femur gang, the goal is to not just completely crumple over like I do in a low bar squat, but to try and remain more vertical, good, kind of knees tracking close to over my toes. Okay. Is the mobility and stretching that I do off stream paying off? I don't know, you tell me. Probably not. I'm just a desk bound stiff old man, but we're getting better. Every day, get a little bit better. So what are we going to end up doing for, I mean, we could probably just do RDLs, to be honest. I don't know why I took those out. Yeah, we'll do RDLs. So we're just going to cook our hamstrings today, but that is okay. Big hot. What's up, Bowser? Bowser's Big Bean Burrito. How are you, Bowser? How's your day? Or your morning? Or your evening? Because you just come through with the strongest emote game. We don't know much about you. You're an enigma. A pro streamer. Wow, that's high praise. Thank you, Bowser. We do need to get some, I think because the only emotes that we have are the GIFs, or like the ones that move, you know? And I think those are only for subs. So I gotta figure out some follower emotes as well. But I do like the sub ones are pretty cool. Shout out to our boy uncut Shapes for making a few of them. And shout out to Final Fantasy XIV devs for the cat girl dance that I oftentimes do. So, all right, next warm up. Bink, bink. Okay. And another warm up down. On to the next. And we are now up to 160. Oh, Caleb, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It was cool chatting with you. I feel like we have similar thoughts on this whole thing, which is cool. So if I'm normally up pretty early, but if you're streaming, I'll do my best to try and hop in the mornings. I know we both try and get this stuff done before work and life and familial responsibilities take over, so. Good chatting with you this morning. Dude, hope your kanji goes well as well. Okay. All right, we have one final warm-up set before we get into our working weight. This is 160. So after this, we'll throw on a 25 and keep on keeping on. Like Sam Porter Bridges says, shout out Hideo Kojima and Death Stranding. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Try not to be too loud. There we go. Whew. Shit. Oh. Oh, Sia. Thank you for resubscribing. Dude, you're the day one homie. I appreciate you. Good morning. Well, good morning for me. Good evening, Sia. How are you? Oh, don't pinch me fingers. But I'm good, man. Just, same Tuesday, same lower body session. No matter how much things change, things still stay the same. It's like a Fallout quote. But we're just trudging along. So Oh, see ya. I don't know if you're at work, like, pay no attention to this. But if you're not, let me know if the audio is synced up. Because I made some updates with the mic and everything, so hopefully there's not a huge lag and everything's lined up. But please let me know. Dude, the bedhead this morning is unreal. We got so much volume, but ugh. As the training session progresses, the bedhead will get worse. Okay. First working set. Ugh. Here we go. One more, come on. Okay. First working set. We did 185 last week for 2 sets of 10. So we're adding a set. This week, sticking with the same weight, so total working sets for quads going up a little bit, overall volume's going up. See, you didn't really miss anything. I was just asking if you're working, don't worry about it. If you're not working and have a moment, messed around with the audio. So we should be synced up. So I think we're good. But you let me know. And if it drifts throughout the stream, dude, then we got other problems. But we should be okay, I'm thinking. All right, so we did 185. What is going on? Oh, here we go. For 10. There we go. It looks good. There we go. Thank you, Sia, for checking. How are you, man? Dude, wearing the New York Jets shirt for you because I know you're a fellow supporter of the 0-5 New York Jets, soon to be 0-6 as we play the Broncos. Oh, dude, do not even worry. Sia, you can just, dude, go do work, man. That is much more important than what we've got going on here, so don't even worry. Although, what a heartbreaking loss for your Chiefs. Trevor Lawrence, last second touchdown. Rushing touchdown, too, after a botched snap. But, hey, it is what it is. Yeah, let's not. Sorry, man. Dude, both of our teams lost. I need somebody to, what's the expression? Like sit in the mud. I needed a fellow NFL loser to be sad with me. But at least your franchise is, makes it to and wins Super Bowls, while my team hasn't been. Dude, our team's former quarterback got stabbed over the weekend, trying to break into delivery driver's truck and he got stabbed. So no franchise right now is worse than the Jets. I don't know, maybe the Dolphins. They're not doing so hot. But definitely not the Jets. Okay. Here we go. Come on. 3 more. Okay. All right. 2 sets of 10 so far. We have uno más, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. But wait, what? Yeah, dude, Mark Sanchez was in Indiana. Mark Sanchez went to USC, former quarterback of the Jets. Now a NFL analyst, known for his famous play, the butt fumble, where he runs into one of his guards or tackles and fumbles the ball, and it was like a big embarrassment and all that fun stuff. So he was in, dude, see ya. You don't know the butt fumble? You gotta look at it. I'll send it to you on Discord. It's an infamous play for the Jets and for Mark Sanchez. It's like all he's ever going to be known for, basically. Well, it was until he got stabbed. Anyways, quarterback of the Jets. He's now an NFL analyst. Was in Indiana to cover the Colts game. And on Saturday, he gets wasted and tries breaking into a delivery driver's truck or something. And the delivery driver, defends himself and stabs Mark Sanchez in the stomach. So there's the equivalent of CCTV footage of Mark Sanchez walking down the street and he's doing this kind of thing because he got stabbed, which is kind of crazy. At first the headline was, oh, Mark Sanchez got stabbed. And then it was, oh, Mark Sanchez is being charged with a felony for assaulting and breaking into the delivery driver's truck. So now nobody will remember the butt fumble, but they'll remember the stabbing. So yeah, crazy stuff going down over the weekend. So I took a couple minutes just to put some weights and stuff away from the rack, because once we finish up with this last set on belt squats, we'll set up for some RDLs. And just wanted to make some room for us to operate in. But we got to get 10. Got to get 10. Also, chat if you like, Pokemon Nuzlocke runs, if you like some peak gameplay. Our our buddy Sia in the chat here sometimes fires up a stream. So definitely worth checking him out. If you're into that kind of stuff, he's a great guy. All right, last set. All right, 3 more. Oh, all right, 1 more. Come on. Okay, so 3 sets of 10, 185. Last rep on the last, maybe last 2 reps on the last set is really where, we started to struggle. Definitely going to bump up our weight for next week. So, dude, Sia, of course. Gotta support the homies, I love seeing the homies succeed and all that fun stuff. So always, man. But we will set up. What is going on with our autofocus here? Hold, please. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just playing with the camera settings. Our autofocus is being all sorts of wacky. Human. There we go. What's this? Oh, no, don't need that. Cinevlog. Don't need that. Okay, that should be better. Sorry, I'm not the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Not the most, what am I trying to say? I guess experienced, maybe, with the, with this Sony camera, so we're figuring out settings kind of as we go. But I think picture, all things considered, doesn't look terrible. I actually think it looks pretty good. Definitely an improvement over just the iPhone that we were rocking with. What am I? Okay. I'm like crazy far away. What's up? So we hit our belt squats, 3 sets of 10, 185. Decent level of difficulty, can definitely increase our weight for next week, which is something we will do. For kind of our hip hinge movement, so thinking hamstrings, glutes, erectors, those types of things. I would really like a back extension or a Roman chair or whatever you want to call it. I think those are great. You can do good mornings as well, which are not really my favorite, and setting up the safety squat bar takes too long and it's kind of a pain in the ass and it's like cumbersome to use and whatever. So we're just going to go back to the tried and true RDL. So with that, we're gonna pull, oh, actually, yeah, might as well just take these off. We'll just take these off and get the power bar moved over, throw some weights on, and start getting after it. Ugh. So, yeah, good old hip hinge, which I think are quite important. And we'll get this in and done before we switch over to some isolation work with leg extensions and hamstring curls to wrap us up. Oy. So we got these bad boys, and what do we have, 8 to 10, I think, again? Yeah, we do. We might do 185, we might do a little bit less. We'll do one warm up and see how this feels and make our game time decision on the weight that we want to use. Whoops, that could have been bad. Just trip or slip and whoa. Okay. So, Ohio power bar, nothing new here. And we'll get our 45s thrown on. There's that, and we'll need we definitely will end up using the lever belt when we get there. So let's get these thrown on. There we go. And then we'll move our camera. Ooh, almost pulled the power cord out of the wall. That would have been not great, but maybe a little funny. Okay. So there we go. Get this out of the way. And so for RDLs, right, we're targeting hamstrings. This is the compound movement for our hams, belt squat, compound movement, or a leg press, back squat, front squat, hack squat, pendulum squat. Pick a squat pattern, right, that you enjoy. Great compound movement for your quads. In terms of compound movements for glutes and hamstrings, you got a couple options. You could do stiff leg deadlift, RDLs with a barbell or dumbbells or kettlebells. You could do a hip thrust machine as well and play with foot positions, but the hip thrust on the squat max is just too much of a pain in the ass to set up, and I don't feel like doing it. You could also do like a good morning if strength is also a goal, right? You could do a conventional deadlift, you know, few options for you. But for me, limited space, limited time. Our hands are acting as hooks, trying to keep a tight and engaged upper back and lats. And we are driving our hips backwards, targeting our hamstrings. Ooh, that didn't feel great. Ooh. Oh, a little bit of hip discomfort. Ooh, I did not really enjoy that. Oh. Hmm. Whoa. Haas, am I still making YouTube videos and shorts? I mean, dude, that's the goal. I mean, a lot of our footage is all botched because the audio is all messed up. But now, if today the audio isn't all jacked up and wonky, then we will have hopefully some footage starting tomorrow that we can use to start making normal videos. So this has been about 2 weeks of frustration trying to figure out our audio situation. But if today works and the hard reset and everything that I did pans out, then we should be good. Hopefully by the end of this week, we should have an edited YouTube video up, and yeah, then we'll get back to chopping some stuff up and making some shorts as well. So that's the goal. It just, if the audio is all busted, makes it a little bit difficult. Okay. Let's see. I'm not thinking. I'm thinking we're not going to do these with my, the way my glute is feeling. I think we're actually not going to do these. So even though we set them up, my hip is feeling not perfect. And we got to do what we got to do. So, hey, we're scrapping RDLs because that did not feel the best. You missed my intros and outros? Dude, I know. I mean, the thing is with the Streamhouse, I actually don't need, I don't need to do the intros and outros, what's it called? On stream. I can do I can end the stream and then continue recording to the PC, the intros and outros. So, but I mean, if they're back by popular demand, I'll give the people what they want. But with the new setup, I actually don't have to do it anymore. So, man, all it took was one wonky rep. And my back hip is feeling not great. So, I mean, we may actually we should be good for leg extensions and hamstring curls, but we may shy away from any hip hinge, which is unfortunate, for maybe a week or two and see how we feel. Do some glute and mobility work, see how that goes, but if things aren't feeling 100, no real point in doing it. So we will come back to it. And I'll watch the footage as well to see how things looked. We'll go right about here, and we will wheel out our bench. Man. Okay. So, slight audible. But that is A-okay with me. There we go. And we got this guy. Put this over here. There we go. Okay. Do you need to take me into the ER? Are you okay, mate? Is your hip good? Yeah, my hip is fine. And no, I don't need to go to the ER. Like if something was wrong, I would just end the stream, basically. And would go, hey guys, this is not okay. But I'm fine. Just my, I think I've talked about it before. When back in my powerlifting days, kind of tweaked my right hip, and as a result, it's never perfect, you know, and every couple months something flares up a little bit, and today just might be that day. Could have been, you know, improper bracing, poor technique, you know, a whole host of reasons why something like that happens. So I'll just spend a couple days doing some core work, some mobility work, stretching stuff out. We'll make sure not to sit too much while working, but we're good. Just might be a little stiff for a couple days, but that's showbiz, baby. And the more I move around, the better things we'll get. So, ain't nothing to worry about. So we have 100 pounds for leg extensions. So 70, 95, and 100. I mean, the main thing right now, see it, is the audio still synced up and working? I hope so. Because if not, boy, am I going to be annoyed. All right. So 3 sets, 10 to 12, 100 pounds. Trying to build some mighty tree trunks for legs. There's one. Whew. Looks good on your end. Sweet. Okay. Our audio issues are resolved. Then see ya, dude. We should be back on the YouTube game, which I'm excited about. It's been, I don't know, like 2 weeks since I posted a proper video, so hopefully our viewership doesn't totally tank, but I'd like to get back to doing 1 or 2 videos a week. I think should be good. At least I hope. get our second set in. I've been scouring Facebook Marketplace to see if anybody is selling for a reasonable price a more dedicated leg extension and hamstring curl machine. Just seeing what's out there, putting feelers out, checking out the vibe. And there's a guy selling a red and yellow, like McDonald's colors, McDonald's red and yellow, glute ham raise, so a GHD or GHR, whatever you want to call it. And it was only $200, and normally those things are like $1,200 new. It is pretty far away, but the space that those things take up is pretty unreasonable, to be honest. But I was thinking about it. Speedy home gains, what mic am I using? I'm using the DJI Mic 2. And am I not interested in a smart home gym machine? I almost throw my phone. Like a tonal or something? I mean, maybe. I just don't know if I would want something like mounted to the walls, really, in here. My wife used to work at Lululemon, and we had the Lululemon mirror that she got through work, and that was okay. That's more like recorded fitness classes type thing. Speediance Gym Monster. I'll have to check it out. Here, I'll pull it up. Prime Big Deal Days. This is interesting. I mean, as all things in life, I'm just the gym owner, I guess. My wife controls the budget. So before we buy anything, it's got to run by her. Legs are getting fried. And we're at what, 7:30? Okay. One more set of these, and then we will switch on over to hamstring curls. You hate leg days? So do I. That's why I do them twice a week. Because I need to grow these hamstrings. And just the overall leg development in general. The worst is on the second leg day when we have Bulgarian split squats, which are the absolute worst. Just so mentally and physically fatiguing, but gotta do them twice a week. Whew. All right, last set on extensions. Ugh. Man, okay. Whew. Over here at our spreadsheet. And now we got to do our hamstring curls. So we'll take this guy. Move this. $80 and $85. All right, so rounding out our leg day, we have 3 sets, 10 to 12 on hamstring curls. My hamstrings are not as big or as strong as my quads. Oh, see, no worries, man. I know you're working, so appreciate you being here, man. Have a good day at work. And we'll move our little microphone so it doesn't get totally jacked up while I'm laying down. Sorry if that was loud. Okay. So 10 to 12 lying hamstring curls for a home gym setup. You know, this bench attached leg extension. Not terrible, not the best, you know. The ultimate 7 out of 10 experience. Would prefer probably a seated hamstring curl and leg extension, you know, 2-in-1 selectorized thing, maybe one day. But for now, this is what we got. So let's hit these hamstrings. Okay, there's one. Whew. What time we got? 7:30? Okay. Almost time to get ready for work. But we're cruising along. And nice, okay. Just updating the spreadsheet there, slightly off camera. Get this guy. You know, always got to get those sick angles. Keep things fresh, you know? And bump, bump. Okay. All right. 2 more sets of these, and then we can, you know, we can just chat it up for a couple minutes before I got to get out of here. We'll say, eager to go back and watch the footage on those RDLs, because 135 is not heavy at all, so must have been some sort of poor technique or poor bracing, I don't know, for that slight hip tweak, but we'll take a couple days, you know, maybe do a little icy hot, just won't sit as much. We'll work on some flexibility in the evenings while we're, just hanging out, watching TV, all that fun stuff. See if that'll improve at all. So basically just control the controllables. That's what all you can do. Oh, alrighty, let's get our second set in. Ugh. Really targeting these hammies. Nice little back crack. Oy. What do we got? One more set of these, and we will. Oh, I should probably do some calf raises on the rack. Oh, Lone Traveler, what's going on? How are you? Welcome to the, oh, the camera's over there. Welcome to the MeatHaus. We like to have fun here. How are you? Good morning. But yeah, control the controllables, That's about all you can do. So, at least, yeah, that's kind of what I think. Oh, thank you for following. I appreciate that. You're our you're our 99th follower. So thank you so much for following our little home gym operation we've got here. While we adjust the camera for these sick angles, I'm a real Christopher Nolan with my cinematography for these lifts. So, back on the diet track feels nice. That's awesome. How long have you been dieting? Well, we got 7:35. Okay. We have some time. Well, you're on the dieting train. I'm on the cultivating mass train. So we're polar opposites. Oy. Okay. Last set of these. Going for 12. Here we go. Oh, man, okay. Ooh. Vision's getting a little woo, but doing all right. This is your 4th attempt, but you are much more comfortable with it now. That's great. I mean, kudos to you for I mean, even getting started, you know, setting and sticking with any fitness goal is pretty challenging, you know, so I hope you feel proud that you got started, you know, because getting started is the hard part, and then stacking some of those daily wins and establishing a routine and all of those things will come, but good for you. What is it? Oh, Nightbot. Hey, thanks, Nightbot. Can always count on you for a chat message. At the start of the year, I went from, I don't know, like 180-ish pounds. Sorry, I hope this isn't loud. Like 180-ish pounds down to about like 168. Or actually it was lower, it's like 164, so about 15 pounds. Lost about a pound a week. And now we're back trying to cultivate mass very slowly. And we're just under 180 now, so it took me 3 months to lose, 16-ish pounds. It took me about 7 months to put it back on. And I think my body composition is much better than it was before. Sorry, I'm just moving stuff out of the way. Oh, you lost 20 pounds. That's amazing. That's incredible. Gained 6, and now back to dieting. Hey, still, net, you're still down 14 from where you started, so that's incredible. Amazing job. That's great. So many people have dieting and fat loss goals that, never go anywhere. So kudos to you. I know that is not an easy task. So great work. It's got to feel good and motivating. You did it once, rebounded a little bit. That's fine. It happens. And now just getting back to whatever your goal was. These shoes have me slipping and sliding off the racks. We're going to pop these bad boys off and get our MeatHaus back on. But these are pretty thrashed, I would say. So it might be time to scoop up another pair of these. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. This stuff's not easy, so always, I think there's a lot of value and power in community, and having like-minded people, right, that can help support goals and hold you accountable and things like that. So sharing, maybe a little bit of my journey maybe will help you find some comfort and solace knowing you're not alone doing this, So. Ugh. It's one of the big reasons why I like this. I started streaming because I had nothing but free time and was on paternity leave and figured, hey, I work out at home anyways, might as well flip out a camera and see if people show up. And people did start showing up, and now it's like even more motivating because there's people who show up every time. Shit, sorry about that. There's people who show up every time. There's people who show up every once in a while, and when there's new folks like you that show up and chat, and it's definitely motivating and inspiring where, you know, the alarm goes off at 5 a.m. so I can get out here at, you know, 6:15, 6:30 before work. And there are days where I'm like, man, I do not want to do this shit. Like I like look at my wife and I look at our dog and our son like laying there all comfy and cozy. And I'm like, I would much rather sleep in until, you know, 7 before getting ready for work to start at like 8:15 and logging into Slack and all that crap. And then I think, you know, what if somebody messages me on Discord and said, hey, missed you this morning? And I'm like, ah, shit, I wish I would have been there. So, yeah. So thank you to you is ultimately what I'm saying here, lone traveler. Thank you for showing up, for giving us a little bit of your time. Really appreciate it. Congrats on the dadhood. Thank you. This is kid number 2. So we're no stranger to little humans and little children's. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much. While you watch me do calf raises standing on the rack, which is probably the least exciting and most boring exercise. But I tell my wife, people click for the lifting, but hopefully stay for some of the banter. You know, we're entertainment first, maybe, with some couple nuggets of lifting knowledge or whatever we want to say is secondary. There's dudes on YouTube and gals with PhDs and doctorates and all of those things that can give you the exact science on exercise selection for muscle stimulus and hypertrophy and blah, 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 blah. But you know what those people can't give you? A green New York Jets faded shirt with holes in it at 7:45 Central Time in the morning. You're not getting that anywhere else, baby. Just right here at the MeatHaus. Okay, I'm just checking my work because a lot of my team is Eastern time and I don't want to be getting blown up before work starts. That'd be the worst. Do I ever do weighted calf raises? I do. I have a, here I can show you real quick. I know you're getting like a very limited view of what our gym looks like, so give you just maybe a quick tour if you're interested. But we're, like I said, a garage gym. We are a single stall, so behind me is my wife's car, and then I park my car every morning out in the driveway so I can move the camera around. So we've got our weight tree with our shop vac necessary. We have some weighted plates. We got the curl bar, some adjustable dumbbells right over there, some attachments and stuff. And then over there in the corner, you can see the weighted vest. So I'll throw that on for some rucking and also for some calf raises. We have the belt squat for our leg days. The bench with the leg extension hamstring curl attachment, power rack with our power bar, lat tower with low row. We have the workbench in the corner with the stream house that hosts everything. Inside that workbench is nothing but 62 Allen wrenches. I'm like General Grievous assembling IKEA furniture, and every time they give you an Allen wrench, I keep them all. And then we have our rower for some cardio and a whole bunch of storage bins. So yeah, there you go. But I do often throw the vest on for some calf raises, or I can just hold a dumbbell. Just kind of depends. We got a pretty nice little setup, all things considered. And then, I don't know, we've just got like cables and stuff running across the floor and behind stuff to keep the stream house operational. That's what we're working with. Do we have overhead lights? We do. I saw somebody on Instagram or something say that these lights were the live, laugh, love lights of garage gyms because so many people have them and they're pretty basic, but they work really well and they're super cheap and they were not hard to install and they put off some pretty good lights. So we've got a pretty solid setup that we've assembled over, I don't know, 5 years at this point. No, over here on this wall behind the lat tower, no, you can't see it. There's a pegboard with a bunch of attachments and stuff as well. But yeah, pretty solid garage gym. Some things we're missing and would like to include at some point. Maybe some sort of like functional trainer situation if we can find the space. The other option is if I want to spend close to like $2,800 would be to turn this whole rack into a functional trainer. Rogue has that option now, but it's crazy expensive and I would probably have to sell the lat tower to justify the purchase. And then a back extension would be nice at some point. Probably find one of those on Facebook Marketplace. So still need to drill holes to install those lights. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Above where they're installed there is a crawl space. Like you would never store anything in that attic. Like we just couldn't. But yeah, I did have to drill some holes. But nobody's looking at the ceiling anyways but me, so yeah. Oh, Hage Higaman, what's up, man? How are you? How's your Tuesday evening going? Because I recall you're talking to us from the future. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Also, thanks for, I hope that Discord link works. I know there was issues with it not working anymore. Oh yeah, it still works. Sweet. That's wild. You like set a Discord link to not expire, and then what ends up happening is it expires. You're like, sick, dude. Thanks, Discord. Really appreciate you. But Hage Higaman, you're joining, dude, right at the tail end here as we're doing our calf raises and chatting, everybody's favorite part of the stream, you know? And while I have a couple minutes, I'm going to start putting some stuff away. Because tomorrow, we have poll day bright and early. And so we should just get this crap all put on. I shouldn't call it crap, you know? Should get this stuff, rather, put away for tomorrow. So it's just one less thing I have to worry about. And then once we put this away, I think I gotta start getting ready to get out of here and go check on the kiddos and get ready for work. All that fun stuff. Everybody's favorite. I wake up every day and I maximize shareholder value. You know, it's the dream every little boy has when growing up. You know? last weight over here. Get that guy put away. Unscrew this. And get that away. Perfect. Lamau, same. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, you know, I can't wait to ask my children, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be one of 5,000 employees on a spreadsheet that helps make the number go up so our shareholders, you know, earn as much as they can. Is this the right Discord? 5 of us in there? Yeah, there's only the one. At least I don't think I have 2 Discords. Let me see. Yeah, I see you joined the party. There, I just put Tina from Bob's Burgers in there. Dude, thanks for joining the Discord. I appreciate it. I really need to invest some more time in there. Our boy Sia is in there and he clips some stuff, and I feel like I'm going to say I feel like I'm a boomer, but I don't mean this in like a derogatory way. I mean it in like I don't really use Discord like all those youngins. So I gotta invest some more time into doing stuff in there. So if you have ideas, dude, let me know. Because I'd love to make it better for everybody. But yeah, thanks for joining. I appreciate that. We're slowly building our little MeatHaus community. We'll go. Dude, and there's the OG MeatHaus banner that my old coworker got for me when we moved into this house. What do we got? 7:57. So we have, we'll call it like 2 minutes until we got to go ahead and get out of here. So if you have any, Chad, if you have any burning questions, now's your time. Let me know. Oh, BD Dom on, sorry for missing your message, dude. Thanks for the fire emojis. I appreciate it. I'm just glad we got the audio to work. Well, I've seen my Discord, the channels that get the most activity are the channels that are look at me channels. What do you mean by a look at me channel? Okay, you just explained it. Anything that lets people post things they made or did. Yeah, so like art channels, or like, I don't know how we would do this for, I don't know. We'll figure out what kind of stuff we could do. Look at me channels, that's a very descriptive. Movie night channels, they get like a small group every so often, but never a big group, as I would think. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's an option. I think the hard thing, just speaking selfishly, right, for myself, is Dude, I got 2 young, you get it. I know you have children. Like I've got 2 young kids and my wife. And like, I don't know that I'm going to be like, hey, let's all like watch The Dark Knight together, you know, or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Like I think if I did this like full time, you know, then I think something like that would be more doable. But with, dude, I got a full-time job, you know? So, and it's like, what's the balance between community with family and personal life and all of those things. I wouldn't put a family channel. Oh, dude, absolutely not. We're not doing any of that. That's not happening. No, thank you. Yeah, we got to figure it out. But dude, in the Discord, if you've got ideas, you can DM me or like put it in one of the channels or whatever, and I'll think about it. Candidly, I need to spend way more time in there. Yeah, dude, people on the internet, you never know. So, weirdos, and I've seen people one day cool and one day complete opposite, like they were possessed. Yeah. We're not trying to do that. Not at all. Not at all. But, all right, y'all. I gotta get out of here. Get ready for work. All that fun stuff. Shareholder value needs to be maximized. But thank you all for watching here on Twitch. For the folks watching on YouTube, appreciate you as well. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, hitting our poll day. So if you want to get notified, subscribe on YouTube, follow here on Twitch, all that fun stuff. But yeah, with that, you guys have been great. We've been the MeatHaus. Have a good Tuesday. I'll catch you guys later. And finger guns. All right. See you guys. Have good days.